New videos and photo leaks have just come out of J.Lo that may have just destroyed her career, as it implicates her with some of Diddy's crimes. Is she guilty though? Here's what we know so far. A series of unseen pictures from the night of the 2000 VMA ceremony show Diddy and then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez in a heated exchange. Now, the pair dated from 1999 to 2001, and the pictures were released by dailymail.com. They show Diddy and J.Lo in a fight at an after-party for the 2000 MTV VMAs at the defunct Lotus nightclub in New York City. Now, the photos were taken on September 7th, a day that Diddy has been accused of committing a horrible crime. But what really happened? Diddy held a Cristal champagne bottle the entire time serving his guests, a source has now spoken out, contextualizing the pictures. J.Lo is seen furiously shouting at her then-partner in the newly released images. She's believed to have walked out on him eventually. Everyone was dancing and enjoying themselves, but as the night progressed, tensions rose between him and J.Lo. The source, who was seemingly present at the scene and witnessed the former couple butting heads, confessed. Now, the party guests also complained that in the aftermath of this spat with his then-girlfriend, Diddy left the place early on, accompanied by a group of girls and his entourage. Now, earlier that night, in an all-white outfit, J.Lo was pictured alongside Diddy at the VMAs at Radio City Music Hall. It was an especially special night for her, as she had won the Best Dance Video, and in her acceptance speech, she even thanked Diddy. But it seems like Diddy may have messed all of this up, and maybe the fight was about that. You see, a lawsuit had been filed in October against Diddy for mistreating and taking advantage of a woman. The anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, said the incident happened after she was driven to an MTV VMA after-party in the year 2000. Now, it seems like this could have happened after Diddy left the nightclub. The lawsuit says that a friend dropped Jane off at the VMAs at the Radio City Music Hall. She did not have a ticket, and she approached various limousine drivers to try to gain access to the show or simply to an after-party. Now, one driver, the lawsuit says, told her that he worked for Diddy and that she fit what Diddy was looking for. He invited her to a party after the show and told her to return to his car later in the evening after he transported Diddy and Jay-Z. Now, later in the night, the driver picked her up, and after 20 minutes, they arrived at a white house with a U-shaped driveway, the suit says. Now, Jane Doe then had to sign a document she believed was a non-disclosure agreement on arrival to enter the party, which the suit says was filled with celebrities. While there, she says she was offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down, so she went into a room to rest. Shortly afterwards, the suit says that Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room with Diddy saying, "You are ready to party." That's when she alleges she was taken advantage of by both men, while an unnamed female celebrity watched. Now, after the alleged incident, the suit says Jane Doe grabbed her clothes and left. Now, what we knew at the time was at the after-party, the victim was mistreated by Diddy, while another male celebrity and female celebrity, neither of whom were named in the lawsuit at the time, watched until she was able to escape. Now, this case was refiled on Sunday, December 8th, and it included Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, in it. Now, it turns out that he was the male celebrity described in the suit. But who was the female celebrity? Some people think it could be J.Lo. I mean, she did attend pretty much all of Diddy's parties, and there's no way she didn't know about all the sketchy stuff going on. Now, one of J.Lo's ex-husbands, Ojani Noah, recently took to social media to distance himself from any connection to Diddy's freak-off parties, but he claimed that J.Lo was one of multiple celebrities present at them. While we do know that J.Lo has been to Diddy parties, as there's actual photographic evidence, there has been nothing official put out about her involvement in freak-offs. In a post on Instagram, Noah shared a list of stars who allegedly attended Diddy's parties, one being J.Lo. "I'm not on the list," he captioned the post. To those people and media outlets asking if I ever went or participated in that piece of Diddy's freak-off parties, no and no, never. But my ex-wife, Jennifer Lopez, aka J.Lo, did ask her. But now it seems like J.Lo is refusing to speak about her ex Diddy. She walked out of an autographing signing at AFI Fest 2024 when someone in the crowd asked her if she had any comments about Diddy and the allegations. According to the US Mirror. Now, the tabloid reported that the singer left immediately despite fans' pleas that she stay, and don't expect her to say anything. In May, after video footage of Diddy hurting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura was brought to light, J-Lo stayed silent. Many of Diddy's other exes have spoken out against him, but not J-Lo. Though tabloid sources claim that the Cassie footage disgusted her, J-Lo was silent on the subject and has stayed that way. Sources have been saying that Jen is not going to address the accusations or take time to talk about them because it's not her story to tell. If an interviewer brought it up, she would cross that path when it happens, but she won't address it publicly and will not put herself in that conversation on purpose. But J-Lo has spoken out in the past before about her relationship with Diddy, and some people believe that she might be a victim of his. Throughout their relationship and then after their breakup, J-Lo was aware of rumors that Diddy was cheating on her. Now, Diddy has admitted to cheating on multiple girlfriends in the past, so she was most likely right. It was the first time I was with someone who wasn't faithful, she told Vibe magazine after the breakup. I was in a relationship with Puff where I was totally crying, crazy, and going nuts. It really took my whole life in a tailspin. Now, she then grew increasingly concerned about his fidelity. I never caught him, but I just knew, she said of the cheating. He'd say he was going to the club for a couple of hours and never come back that night. Now, Diddy himself admitted that he was often unfaithful in relationships. But with Diddy's recent arrest, people have been questioning how he treated J-Lo. An anonymous source said he was very controlling, he would constantly put her in uncomfortable situations. This is a good girl from the Bronx who never got into trouble or was wild. Now, the source also said he never hurt J-Lo, but she had her longtime manager, Benny Medina, to protect her. Benny would have ended Puffy's life if he laid a hand on J-Lo. But still, Puffy was controlling and demanding. But there's been a conflicting report though, as another source who knew the couple at the time said he definitely manhandled her, but it's a little low to bring that up all now. It's kicking a man when he's down. Then there's also the fact that J-Lo's mom didn't like Diddy. When J-Lo was asked about Diddy in 2022 when she was on the Wendy Williams show, Wendy asked if she and Diddy would ever get back together. Now, J-Lo laughed and shook her head as the cameras panned to her mom sitting in the audience. Now, J-Lo's mother looked furious as she shouted no while waving her hand back and forth. Now, that reaction spoke volumes, and it seemed like she knew something the rest of us didn't. Now, it's important to note that J-Lo has not been connected legally to any of Diddy's crimes. The only celebrity who's been named with him is Jay-Z, who is obviously denying all the claims. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens in this case. Well, that's all for our video about J-Lo today. Now, what do you think about this whole situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host, Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.